It's gusty, it's windy. That seems to
is.
be the only issue that people will have to deal with, although I do see a little bit of the radar back there.
Yeah, there's a little bit of
Yeah.
rainfall around. The bulk of the rainfall will be here tomorrow as Rafael gets the closest to the Florida Keys that it's going to get. There are no models that bring it into our area, so that's not something we're concerned about. But certainly the winds and the gust, the rain, all those things mixed together can make for some bad travel conditions, and also, of course, beach and boating conditions are just an absolute mess with a gale warning in effect along our coastal waters right now. So here's a look at Rafael. Still a tropical storm as of the 10 a.m. advisory today. Having a little trouble strengthening at the moment. It is still expected to strengthen into a Category 1 hurricane, but right now there is some drier air getting pulled into the storm, so it is having a little bit of difficulty increasing in its strength. However, computer models still show it strengthening as we get into the overnight hours tonight and into tomorrow into a Category 1 hurricane, maybe even by later on this afternoon into this evening, and then maintaining that strength as it makes its way up toward the western parts of Cuba and very close to the Florida Keys, although it is expected to stay to the west of the Florida Keys, but expected to move up that direction as we get into Wednesday night and then eventually curving around to the northwest here. Once it gets into the Gulf of Mexico, it's going to encounter an environment that is much less conducive for strengthening. A lot of things are going to start to work against Rafael once it gets into the Gulf, especially the northern Gulf, where the water temperatures have cooled down significantly since the summer, and storms need warm water to keep their energy up. So that's one thing. Another thing is wind shear, winds cutting into the storm, preventing its circulation from keeping going, and drier air. So there's a whole bunch of stuff that happens in here that could cause Rafael to simply fall apart before making landfall, but certainly will weaken. We're also watching this little area here for an area of low pressure to develop as we get through the next few days and into the end of the week, and that's going to move over across the Bahamas here and maybe hover around North Cuba or the Florida Straits and move over into the Gulf here. But we're not expecting any rapid strengthening, but we are expecting a little boost in rain chances as that low develops. I'll show you more on that in a moment. So here's a look at the current wind speeds. We've got wind speeds getting close to 40 miles per hour now in West Palm Beach, 37 there, pretty close to tropical storm force wind gusts, 30 miles per hour Palm City, 34 in Boca, 28 as you head out west around the lake to Pahokee. Gusty winds everywhere, pretty much. Look at this, big waves coming in Del Rey right now, and some dark clouds there with some rainfall scooting on in. It's not particularly heavy rainfall, but there's a lot of it scattered across Palm Beach County right now, so some very brief showers whipping on in. We've also got some scattered rainfall from St. Lucie Village to Fort Pierce and up to the north of PGA Village, over to Fort Drum and throughout Indian River County, around the southern parts of Indian River County. All of this moving inland. So rain chances today picking up to about 40%. However, those rain chances increase to about 60 to 70% tomorrow as Rafael makes its way over western Cuba. It's going to pull a bunch of moisture out of the Caribbean that's going to come straight up into Florida, and that's going to increase our rain chances. Now, the fact that it moves away quickly on Thursday and Friday really helps us out. Our rain chances go down, and then Friday and Saturday look pretty good. Here's that little low I was telling you about that could develop from that area highlighted from the Hurricane Center by the end of the week. That could bring us a boost in moisture, but we're not expecting a whole lot of rainfall from that as of right now. So here is a look at the forecast. 40% chance for rain today, 70% as we get into tomorrow, then 50% on Thursday, all three of these days with gusty winds, 20 to 30% for Friday and Saturday, and then on Sunday and Monday, we're talking about a 40% chance for rain to end the weekend, 30% to start the work week next week. That's a look at your forecast.